What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage, and I'm out. I got my Christmas shopping done. As you can see, the back seat is full, and getting a couple other things done. And I gotta do my my monthly run to a place called Twin Arrows, so stay tuned for that. I'll probably be talking about that. I don't really do the gambling channel anymore. I actually just got rid of that, but I might get back to it, maybe like just on Instagram or Facebook or something. I don't know. My guy John Sarasani's out here all the time, and I literally be just wasting the opportunity. Now, I'm just focused more on the gambling and not as much on filming. But I had to pop this open, and it's a Rockstar before someone thinks I'm drinking a beer. The new regulations that have been set for cafe standards just changed a whole lot of everything. And what I mean by that is, we know that mini cars, mini trucks, all of that stuff could now be legal to come into the U.S. thanks to Sean Duffy, the DOT secretary. And why it's such big news is it also brings back station wagons. And there's one company who's already had one in development, and I haven't talked a lot about it, but yeah, the Dodge Magnum is coming back. So what is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage. And if you didn't know, currently we have the Ram 1500 Laramie giveaway with Goodies Popcorn going live, and they have matched those 200X entries that OBD Tech had put up. OBD Tech, who is doing the giveaway on the Ram 2500 Bighorn Gas, which are both up on the website, hit me up last night. I did a community post. Literally hit me up at like, I'm going to bed because I knew I had to get up and drive and whatever, right? So hit me up at like 8:30 or 9 o'clock at night or whatever. I just took the melatonin. I'm about to be like out, okay? I'm about to be gone. Hits me up and goes, this has been so good in terms of what they've been able to get ranking and moving and getting their name out there and pushing their product, which we have one of their scan tools right here. They hit me up and goes, hey, look, I want to do something special between now and Friday. It's almost been a competition between Goodies Popcorn and OBD Tech. I love it. I love that the brands are competing. But it's two separate trucks. If you need a heavy-duty truck, OBD Tech has you covered. If you want to get a Ram 1500 Laramie with all the bells and whistles, basically a BMW with a short bed behind it, get that. But, so, OBD Tech hits me up and goes, hey, I want to drop 400X entries. How do we do it? I was like, it's not hard to do it. If you've already picked up something from OBD Tech, meaning you've already ordered one of these scan tools, you can go in and get the 400X entries, and it is limited. I think it's listed in the description. I don't know if it's limited to 200 or 100 or I don't remember what it was. I haven't looked at it. I know that they were setting it up. Their people were going to drop it in on the website. So I know it's live because I've seen somebody pick one up or whatever this morning from the community post we posted on YouTube. So, if you want to get those 400X entries, which are going live between right now and Friday, you can do that. Or it's between now and Friday or until they run out. They did a limited number of things, and it's not like somebody could come in and buy all of them. So that's the other thing. So that's another possibility. Whoever picked up the other one this morning, I picked up 3 of them. I know that. But that's up. So if you want to get in on that, go tap in tksgarage.bigcartel.com. Link will be in the description. And they are running that until Friday or until it runs out. That's it. They are limited in the number of quantity available, and they're just doing that as a thank you to you guys for picking up their gear. They did say that it's been so popular that if you guys do pick up new OBD scanners, if you're buying the OBD scanners now, to be patient with them. It's like 10 to 14 business days for them to get it out to you. So, or not to get it out to you, for you to receive it. So just be patient with them. They're working on it. And look, major shout out to Goodies Popcorn. We appreciate them as well. And I love the competition between the two companies in terms of them pushing their giveaways. I think it's awesome. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into the video, right? Because I know you're not here to watch me talk shit about ads or giveaways or whatever. So, recent changes have happened from the Trump administration with executive orders, changes in rules at the Department of Transportation, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, and the EPA that are going to make these mini trucks, these like the. I travel to Europe a lot, so I have an Irish passport and an American passport. I have an Irish passport because of my family being from Ireland. Okay, so which means it's an EU passport. So going around and being around in the EU, like not just Ireland, but some of the other countries, Sweden, Denmark, Germany, whatever, like just, and not even just EU countries, but just other countries in Europe. You see these little bitty ass cars. You see the smart cars. You see the Daihatsus. You see all these, little itty bitty Fiats. Old school Mini Coopers, which are really small. Not the Mini Coopers we have in America. You see these all over the place. So they're looking at bringing that back into the U.S., but it also allows companies to start building stuff that's cool again. Jim Farley at Ford had said this. He goes, I want to get back to making iconic cars. But the rules that were on the books kind of limited them from being able to do that. Well, those rules are gone now. There's no excuse for them not to build it, and that brings me to Dodge. In development, when they were just spitballing and talking about, and this is after Tim Kuniskis comes back, Matt's already the CEO at Dodge. Their engineers and their idea table, whatever they call that shit, is saying, and not just this, two people on the board of directors were also like, why not bring back the Magnum? And they were like, really, but they could. It's literally just the Dodge Charger with instead of having a trunk or a hatchback, you just fatten that thing up. You just give it a BBL. You know what I'm saying? Just give a BBL to the Dodge Charger, and now you got a fat ass Dodge Magnum. Oh my God. I can see the comment, the BBL Charger. Yes. The Dodge Magnum could make a return and be the first station wagon, if that's what you want to call it, which technically insurance companies consider the Dodge Durango a station wagon, believe it or not. They don't consider it an SUV. Well, that's what USAA does. I don't know what everybody else does. USAA considers it a station wagon. But it'll be interesting to see how this plays out, because I think Dodge is sitting on a golden opportunity here, and not just to kiss ass to the president, right? We know Antonio Filosa was in the White House. He was there with the president when they did the signing, when they made the announcement on what was happening, and best believe he's excited about it because they're hemming everything. And I mean everything. But they're also making dope-ass changes and cool ideas with engines, like, high-turbo, 4-cylinder, Halo cars that are coming, 6-cylinder. There's gonna be so many gasoline options. It's gonna be a win for us as Mopar fans, okay? What I find interesting here is that this has already been talked about or in development. So it's not like Antonio Filosa could literally pick up the phone, talk to Matt today at Dodge and say, run it. And they could literally immediately go to them, to their engineers, And they can have a prototype in probably 3 months. Like, that's how far along the idea would be for a Dodge Magnum. Now, I know people will be like, well, how do you know TK? The same way I knew that the 392 Wrangler was coming. I mean, not the Wrangler, the Gladiator is coming. Same way that I told you that they were going to build a Hemi Charger. The same way that I told you that the V8 was coming back to the Ram. The same way that I told you that they were building a street truck. The information I get super early information, right? Sometimes do they tweak it? Do they change stuff? Of course they do. Just like with the Rams, you know, we didn't know it was going to be e-torque that was coming back, but as Tim explained to us, that was the only way to do it without having to wait and do certification and all the other bullshit. So, you know, to certify another Hemi engine, they wanted to get it out, get it on the market now, right? And I think they've done a bang-up job with what they've put out and what they've done so far. But I know somebody that's probably going to be hyped about a Magnum. An SRT Magnum? Yeah, it's probably my guy, SRT Scarlett, down there in Texas. You know, he's got a Hurricane-powered Magnum that's actually pretty dope. And the more I think about it, right? When I think about all of the people that they brought into the Badasseter group that was racing, and I'm talking about my guy John over at Boosted Motorsports, who put a Hurricane in a Viper. Not like they were testing to see what the mini Viper or the new $30,000 Halo car was. No, Dodge wouldn't do that. No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't ask SRT Scarlett to put a Hurricane engine in a Dodge Magnum to race to see what it would do, right? No. They wouldn't take, you know, a D100 or whatever that truck is that she runs and throw a Hurricane engine in it, right? No. And then run them at roadkill nights just to showcase what the Hurricane can do in these vehicles? No. You know, Dodge does not do anything for nothing, right? Like, they don't just be, they don't, when you see Chrysler sharing old pictures of Chrysler 300s and people's 300 builds, they're not doing that shit to be like, oh, cool, look at this car that we don't make anymore. You know that, right? That's not what that is. That's literally looking at gate. They are so, and it's not the executives. Let me be clear. This ain't the executives that are caught up on the numbers. It's the fucking bean counters that are caught up on the numbers. But when they see social media posts and there's a shit ton of engagement on a Chrysler 300 post, maybe we need to make one. And then the executives are like, yes. Or they're like this. $1 million. You know what I'm saying. So, would you buy a Dodge Magnum if it came back today in the current configurations, meaning EV and Hurricane? Because we don't have the Hemi Charger yet. Would you buy one? Because I'll be honest with you, I would. I'd buy a Dodge Magnum right now. That's it. I mean, I just ordered a damn Hurricane Charger, so. And I did that because I made a promise. I told, you know, I messaged Tim when I came out to the event in Tennessee as a BMW guy, right? And I approached that car as a European sports car, right? But it's a muscle car that has some European stuff in it. So I get the best of that muscle car Dodge group, that feel, right? But I also get that BMW feel out of that current Hurricane car. So that's why I ordered one in mean green. So, and shout out to my guys over at Tobin Auto Group for looking out for me, as they always do. So that's gonna do it for me. Would you buy one? Would you buy a Magnum if they announced it today and put it out? Would you want to order one? Me? Yeah, I would. You guys remember mine? I had mine with the Hellcat wheels in it and the 6.4 Scat Pack engine I dropped in it. It was a beast. I love that car. It's awesome. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Make sure to go check out tk'sgarage.bigcartel.com if you want to get in on the 400X entries on the Ram 2500. I'm not tripping. I have a feeling I'm going to get a message or a phone call from Dave or something at some point today that's going to try to tell me he wants to match it. It'll be on the website if it gets there. That's all I can tell you. It will show up on the site if they decide to do it. We'll probably do a community post first and then do a video on it, or add it in a video later if that's what they do. So make sure you always check out our post section on YouTube as well, because sometimes I'll post images of cars or leaks or other stuff that we get and just throw it over there. But anyways, that's going to do it for me. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And as always, stay petty, my friends.
For the longest time, whoa, for the longest.
Yo, Percocet, Miley Percocet, Percocet.